Yeah, you can see that eyes and nose inside of eyes, you know, a little bit of purple color just to support the purple on rose. And also you can see I'm gonna try a different color around the eyes just to find like a good contrast, because we have kind of like skin tone of the girl. Skin tone is kind of like a orange, you know, closer to warm orange color. So then I need to use complementary color for contrast. So the complementary color to orange is around like blue purple. So, and then I use red on lips, you know, and decided to use red on eyes, and use also complementary color is teal around closer to green a little bit. I didn't want to use exactly green, so I decided to use mint color. So you can see that the skin tone is contrasting with purple, and red around the eyes and lips contrasting with the background. Yeah, you can see right now about that. So I hope you see the full creating, and then I decided to that this is more than enough, and I decided to start with with stencil. Yeah. So you can see we have the contrast skin tone with purple color, and then we have red reflection, what is good contrast to very, very light mint color. So in the end we have like all colors were contrasting to each other. So then I start to do stencil. I use usually a green color and later change it to the black, and that's it. But when I use the green color for stencil, it's much easier to understand everything. And then I see all details, I see everything what I do. And you can see with some sketching, you know, with some lines, I just show where's the darkest area. Don't miss it on the stencil when I place it. Yeah, you can see on the stencil, you know, there are some lines to showing where's the darkest area, you know, on the design. And you can see on the right side, I already did a little bit. So I'm gonna show you the most visible part. It's open side of the face, you know, with cheek, some ornament in cheek as well, and eye also. I watched your videos, and then one day I tried something new and it's helped out for me a lot. I used to do my cycles going forward but going backwards over the same area. Yep, thank you, Raf. I'm really happy that it helps you. Okay, let's talk also how I change colors there in the beginning. I use color gradient map. On Procreate you have tool what calls gradient map, and this gradient map really helps pretty well to change some colors more natural, you know, and you can create the gradient with skin tones, you know, and apply it on the black and gray picture. Usually I explain this all on my Patreon or my online seminars or offline seminars. So if you'd like to get a little bit more about gradient map and tools what I use in Procreate, please welcome to my Patreon, and there you can find it. So, and now I just using the gray wash. So not every time, but almost every time I have one cup with gray wash on my table, and when I need to lock the stencil or map up, you know, the stencil a little bit ahead, then I use gray wash and just make it quick and then go with the next step. So right now you can see that one side is done, then I go to another side. At first I take round liner, use the black, sometimes mixing with gray wash, and at first do ornaments because it has the darkest color on this side of the face. So we're gonna place the black here on the cheek, you know, then place black around the eye, And because eye is pretty dark, so I'm gonna start with eye, and then when I finish the eye, go down and do skin tone. What I really found to plan everything ahead is very important. Then your work is going more smooth, you know, you have like kind of like no panic, you know what to do, you go in everything, you go like step by step. So when you plan everything ahead, when you explore everything before, usually I talk a lot about that on my seminars, about workflow. It's very important to explore everything before to start. You're gonna spend probably like 20 minutes to understand everything and plan everything in your head, and then you save around like 1-2 hours during the session, because you already know everything, you already know all steps, you know, so it's gonna be much easier and save a lot of time. And you can see I don't wipe too much, I don't clean everything, so it means that I save Stencil. And because in my spray bottle, you know, I don't use a lot of green soap, they're mostly distillated water or purified water, you know, so it doesn't remove Stencil a lot. So you can see that I already did one side and I still have a lot of Stencil around, you know. The Stencil doesn't erase by itself. So, do you use, okay, I see questions. Do you use Magnum or round Magnum? I use round Magnum. What I know from different tattoo artists, you know, that it's not so huge different about like Magnum or regular Magnum or round Magnum. It's more about you, what is comfortable for you. You know, for me, but you can use whatever you want. The result, what I say every time in my seminars, you know, the result is more important. Doesn't matter the way, you know, how you make it. If you do everything good, if tattoo looks perfect and healing perfect as well, the way no matter, you know, because sorry guys, let me just back. Yeah, so the way doesn't matter so much. You can do it, you can use Magnum, you can use shader. When you did great tattoo and it looks pretty well healed, so it means that everyone will judge the healed tattoo. No one will judge the process or something else. The most important, be clean and make a really good tattoo. Thank you, Ye. I haven't gotten to watch all of the patrons yet, so highly recommend it. Watch it. Do you ever prefer to do shadows first with black or gray wash and then come over with colors? No. Nope. With color, mostly it doesn't work like that. You have to, when you work with color, you have to work kind of like you painting with acrylic or oil colors, for example. You play with acrylic. Acrylic, I think, the best example. When you need, for example, yellow in shadow, you can't place, or gray wash place yellow color, because then you will get kind of like a green or a dirty greenish yellow, something like that. No, you have to know how to mix, what color you have to use to mix with yellow to get muted yellow color in the shadow, you know. The same with red. You have to know how to make red color darker somewhere in the shadow, you know, and don't use black to make, you know, this, then you know, kind of like, you know everything, you know. Yeah, this way. So, curved Magnum 0.35, 0.30. All of my needles 0.35. Round line, like round liner, shader, Magnum, doesn't matter. All of them 0.35. Different taper. Liner is long taper tie, So it means that they're pretty close to each other. Round shader is medium tape, and Magnum is long taper as well, but all of them 0.35. So you can see right now I just did ornament on the cheek, you know, I did the black around the eye, and now I go with the black inside exactly and do the eye. So I'm using more